There's a bunch of bizarre coincidences that have happened in Hollywood, like how some of the cast members of the Poltergeist movies died in weird ways, or how a number of celebrities have passed away on similar days in similar ways, which we'll be looking at only in today's video. Starting off this countdown, we have Natalie Wood and Carol Wayne. Both Natalie and Carol were American actresses who died in similar drowning deaths. On November 29, 1981, 43-year-old actress Natalie Wood was found dead floating face down in the Pacific Ocean wearing her nightgown and socks. A couple days prior, Natalie, her husband Robert Wagner, Christopher Walken, and yacht captain Dennis Davern headed out on a yacht. The thing is, no one really knows what happened to her. Some say she slipped off the deck and fell into the water, while others are convinced that Wagner or Walken had something to do with it or that they do know what happened. In January of 1985, Carol Wayne was also vacationing with her friends and her boyfriend. She got in a fight with her boyfriend and decided to head down to the beach. 3 days later, her body was found floating in the water. Her death was ruled accidental. She was 42 at the time. So both actresses died by drowning, both got in a fight with their partners before they were found dead, and both were similar in age. Moving on at number 9, we have the overdoses. A number of famous individuals have died alone in their bathrooms from doses. We got Lenny Bruce, Robert Pastorelli, and Philip Seymour Hoffman. All three men were in their 40s when this happened. Bruce passed in 1966 at the age of 40. Robert passed in 2004 at the age of 49, and Philip passed away in 2014 at the age of 46. In our 8th spot, we have the Conductors. It's believed that the Tristan und Isolde opera by Richard Wagner is cursed. First off, when Wagner created it, everyone hated it, and his wife left him, and one of the leads got ill during rehearsals, and another died after starring in it. Then you have the Conductors. Well-known celebrity conductor Felix Model was conducting the show's 100th performance in 1911 when he collapsed of a heart attack. 11 days later, he died. 57 years later, Joseph Kielberth, who had worked for TV shows and has produced work for some of the best opera houses in Europe, also died at the exact same opera house in the same spot in the exact same way. He too suffered a heart attack and died. How eerie is that? Moving on to number 7, we have David Bowie, Alan Rickman, and Dale Griffin. Now, what do these three great men have in common? Well, they all died within a week of each other. Bowie passed away on January 10th of 2016 from cancer. 4 days later, Alan Rickman passed away from cancer as well. And I don't know about you, but he was a huge part of my childhood, so his passing really hit me hard. 3 days after Alan's passing, drummer Dale Griffin passed away. That was a hard week, not gonna lie. But it also got people thinking about this supposed curse, and that's that celebrity deaths happen in threes. In this case, they all were male British artists. Not only that, but apparently The Simpsons predicted this. In 2013, The Simpsons published an episode where Bart and Homer are watching a British rom-com. In the show, the characters embrace while wrapped in a Union Jack flag. And while doing so, the song All the Young Dudes plays, which was sung by Dale's band. And guess what? This song was written and produced by David Bowie. Then later, Alan Rickman shows up as Severus Snape in the episode. Like, are you kidding me? What are the odds here? In our 6th spot today, we have the Superman curse. Now, I just finished talking about the celebrity trio death curse. Now, let's talk about another famous curse, and that's the Superman curse. So far, multiple actors who have played Superman have ended up dying. Even the actor Lee Quigley, who portrayed Superman as a baby, passed away. The other most recognizable Supermans are George Reeves and Christopher Reeve. On the 16th of June 1969, the LAPD reported that George had been shot in the head at some point between 1 and 2 in the morning. The circumstances around his death are very mysterious. Some say it was self-inflicted. Others say that he was murdered. Some say he was killed over an affair that he was having. Others say he had ties to the mafia. I don't know. Anyways, then we have Christopher Reeve. On October 10th, 2004, he passed away due to heart failure. And like I said, Lee Quigley also passed. There also was Bud Collier, hopefully I pronounced that right, sorry if I didn't, don't come for me. He provided his voice for radio and cartoon shows for years before passing at the age of 61. And 4 creators of the comics also died while working on them. Pretty wild, isn't it? We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with the Playboy Playmates curse. A number of Playboy Playmates have died at young ages under pretty unnatural circumstances. For example, we got Paige Young. At 30, she died of a dose. Several years later, Willie Ray died the same way. Same with Anna Nicole Smith. In 1967, Jane Mansfield died in a car crash. Carol Willis and Claudia Jennings also died in car accidents, and they were all under 30. Then we have the murders. In 1980, Dorothy Stratton was murdered by her husband, and in 1970, Ellen Louise was murdered in Florida. So, we all need to take some notes here. Don't become a Playmate, don't become a Superman, and don't be an opera conductor. Coming in at number 4, we have Michael Kennedy and Sonny Bono. On December 31st, 1997, Michael Kennedy, son of Robert F. Kennedy, passed away during a skiing trip. He was skiing down a slope when he crashed into a tree. Almost a week later, the exact same thing happened to Sonny Bono. Michael was skiing in Aspen with his family. Sonny was skiing in California with his family. They both smashed into a tree in the afternoon, suffered from head injuries, and then died. In fact, that happened 6 days apart. Pretty creepy. In our third spot today, we have Edward Kennedy and John McCain. These two were both former US senators and political figures, and they both died of the same cancer on the same day. Like what? Both men were diagnosed with the same form of a rare brain cancer. They both lived just over a year after being diagnosed. Both sadly died on the same day, which was August 25th, just 9 years apart. Like I said, it was a pretty rare form of brain cancer, so what are the odds that 2 US senators developed it out of all people? Coming in at number 2, we have Chester Bennington and Chris Cornell. Chester Bennington was an American singer-songwriter, best known as the lead vocalist of Linkin Park. One of his best friends was Chris Cornell, another American singer-songwriter known for Soundgarden and Audioslave. Well, on May 18th, 2017, Chris himself and took his own life. Chester was very hurt by this. He wrote a letter to him stating how much he missed and loved him and how inspired he was by him. 2 months later, on July 20th, 2017, which was Chris's birthday, Chester also took his life by hanging. And in our number 1 spot today, we have the Lee family curse. Now, we've talked a lot about curses in today's video, and we're ending it off with another one. And that's the Lee family curse. So we're talking about Bruce Lee and his son, Brandon Lee. Bruce Lee passed away due to a brain aneurysm on July 20th, 1973. He managed to complete some filming for his movie Game of Death, but it wasn't finished. So 5 years later, they managed to complete the film using what little footage was available, and then they just kind of threw in some kind of random clips to fill in the gaps. They even used footage of Bruce Lee's actual funeral. In one scene, you got Bruce on set, and one of the actors he's on set with is an assassin, so he him with a real bullet instead of a blank. Well, that's pretty much how Bruce's son Brandon Lee died. 20 years later, while Brandon was filming The Crow, an actor fired a real bullet at him in place of a blank. Sadly, he passed away. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. Enough about all the death talk, like it's pretty sad. So let's move on to our comment shout out portion to, lighten the mood. I'll be shouting out comments from the video that was all about love triangles. Mariana Melly commented, "Hi Lindsay, I love your charisma. I'm following you on your personal channel too and enjoying the videos. Have an amazing week. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, subscribe to all my channels if you haven't already." Celeb Village commented, "Love triangles are pointy. In the end, everyone gets stabbed." I read that and I was like, damn. Poetry. That's good. That's actually really good. It's clever. And you're not wrong, okay? I don't think any of the couples in that relationship survived. I don't think so. Don't quote me on that though. And Topic Source commented, "Aaron Carter had a lot of girls," which not quite romantic, not after all. Don't know what you mean. I think you mean he had a lot of hookups, He did. Everyone was like, "I love him." And he's all like, "I want candy." And he just, who knows? But now he looks completely different. He's got this whole neck face tattoo going on. I'm like, Aaron, what happened? Okay? Anyways, alright guys, that's all the comments I'm shouting out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shout out. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and obviously subscribe to our channel. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye!